everyone, welcome back to my channel. So you haven't missed much. All I've done is put some polish on these nails, but that's boring. Let's move on. I have used, what have I used? The light pink is the Tamika pink polish. And the other one is the YSL polish. Now, you need about 3 coats of that stuff. It is thin. So here, on this at the minute, I've got 2 coats of that, whereas I've got 2 coats of the Tamika, and you can see the difference. Even with a light polish, which normally you have more issues with, not with the Tamikas. They're absolutely lovely. They're really lovely, actually, and they come from Amazon. In fact, both polishes come from Amazon. So they're not expensive polishes, which is good. Oh, sorry, deep breaths. Yeah, we're going to have a fluff day today, as you can tell already on this video. I've got fluff stuck. Fluff. Can't even blame my sister. So I've got some nice rose gold stickers. And it's like, aren't they pretty? Beauty? No. Peace. Yes, I would love some of that. And then I was like, faith. Okay. Not as in like praying faith. To be honest, every time I look at it, I've got George Michael pings into my head. Because you gotta have faith, the faith, the faith. I gotta have faith, the faith, the faith. Yeah, don't worry, I'm going to stop there. But yeah, faith is faith that you can do this. You know, it's a belief, or almost like a hope, or a wish almost. You know, you have faith that something will happen. Or something, you know, something good will happen. That's my take on that one, rather than in a religious way, which obviously, you know, it can be as well. But that wasn't my intent for this design. Moving swiftly on. So I'm going to come in with some matte top coat over the top of this. Why? Because I'm going to do some watercolour. And you're either going, oh yay, she's going to try this again, or you're going, oh God, no, not again, Shanna, really? Really? I went back and had a look at some of my attempts of watercolour that I did last year, and yeah, it definitely needs some practice and needs some work. The fish one I did, that was really good. I liked that one. I think I lulled myself into a false sense of security with that design. Not that the other ones were bad, but there was one I did which was very similar. It was like little lavender kind of things. Oh, I'm just coming here to put another coat on. So you see, 3 coats works a charm. Yeah, so it's not a recreation because I'm not doing exactly what I did before, but it was inspired by that set that I looked at it and went, yeah, okay, that's all right, but I can do better, and I want to do better. So hence, I'm going to do this design. Now, it isn't perfect, right? Like I say, I've tried watercolour designs probably about 6 months ago. Kind of dabbled in it, didn't really take it any further, and we all saw my attempt in December. So the first mistake I'm going to make, this brush is way too big. Simple as that. I'm trying to do a thin line, and I can't. Yeah, so just don't worry. Now, so this is nail number 1. Nail number 2 is better. But you know me, I show you the good and the bad and how it progresses. And even just from one nail to the next nail, you can see, hopefully, that it improved. So what I found with the other nail was, firstly, obviously I explained what went wrong with the last set that I tried, which is the one I did with the black, like dark grey flowers. This, I don't like the brush. Now, when I was watching, you know, people do this, and their brushes are a lot thicker is the wrong word. That's not what I mean. It's got more hair to it. Do you know what I mean? It's sturdier. Whereas this brush, like every time I press down, it's like a... I mean, I know you're not supposed to press hard, and I'm not pressing hard, but it just seems to just sink in on me. You know, like it's bending too much. I need it to hold its shape a bit better. Well, if you use an acrylic brush, okay, you know, if you buy a really cheap acrylic brush, the result you get is not the same as if you use a proper Kolinsky, you know, that's really got a lot of hair to it. You know, it's a much better. So I like this. It definitely does better. I'm doing the swirly swirly motion rather than the pokey pokey motion. Pokey pokey. Pokey pokey. If anybody's watched Hotel Transylvania, that's where that comes from. I do that to people and they just look gone at me like, what? I'm like, it's in Hotel Transylvania. Do you not know this? Pokey pokey. No, I think it's brilliant. I do just remember these weird lines from films. Another one that I like is Awesome Sauce. If you don't know, Tales of Arcadia. There is a Netflix series for kids. I don't really watch TV. I'm not a big TV watcher, but I occasionally get sucked into the Netflix series for the kids. And I'll tell you what, I love them. Tales of Arcadia was brilliant. There was like 3 different spin-off seasons to it, or series to it, and they were all brilliant. I loved them. I think I've already talked about Maya and the 3. Yeah, I really liked that as well. The thing is, with a lot of adult programs, there's so much violence, and they're either like really kind of gory and I don't know, just or they're really headspacey. You know, like you need to concentrate on everything because everything's switching from this, that, dip. My brain, you know, I've got a stressful enough job as it is. I don't want that when I come home. I want to be able just to sit there and go, blub. And I like, you know, something that's just fluff. And it's just easy watching. And it's just nice. You know, that's what I like. Yeah, there we go. Don't know what that's got to do with anything, but I just thought it'd entertain you whilst you're watching the painful experience of me trying to do this. But like I say, if I have no idea how to link videos, okay, to ones that I've done previously, but you can look back, you can scroll back through my videos, and I think it was about 3 or 4 months ago I uploaded it. And there's a set that I did that's kind of, it looks like lavender, but all I did on that was literally just put like little V shapes on, you know, I didn't actually try to make it look like a flower. So compared to that, which is what I'm comparing it to, this is a huge improvement. I'm happy with this. Is it perfect? No, but I don't care. It's better than it was before. And that's all you're trying to do. You know, perfect doesn't exist. You know, practice makes perfect is the most ridiculous sentence ever because it will never be perfect. Practice makes progress. That's what it should be. Rah. My big speech. Woohoo. But it was, I did this set and, you know, I did the first set and I was like going, oh, you know, you feel deflated because you're like, they just do it and they do it so well and it just looks so easy and you go, what? Why can't I do it? This set, I really felt like I was getting somewhere. I was like, yeah, okay. I'm getting the hang of this a little bit more. I understand the technique a little bit more of, you know, different, you know, when you use gel, you've got wiggle and tease. When you do acrylics, you've got pat and press. When you do acrylic painting, you know, again, that is a little bit more kind of dabby, you know, or even with gel paints. And when you gel paint, it's a swoosh motion, as I call it, because you need to make sure it glides over the nail so you get a lovely finish across the nail. You know, you don't you know, pat and press it. You know, it's a different technique for whatever products you're using. Polygel is another technique, you know, that is a little bit more pat and press. But you do kind of poke it a little bit as well. You know, it's just different techniques, that's what I'm trying to say. And you just have to learn your technique. I mean, now when I pick up acrylics or it's just automatic. I know what I'm doing. My hand just does what it's supposed to do. I don't have to think about it. Whereas when you're learning something new, you have to focus. You have to think about every single thing you're trying to get your brush to do. So I try and do this line. And again, this brush is huge. And I discovered I had brought a liner from Neo Nails ages ago. And I just never used it because I didn't find it particularly wonderful. I'd got the CJP rose gold ones. And I really liked those. So I just never used it. But it works brilliant for this. Yeah. Now, I don't know why, but this doesn't all come off. But I'm like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Because I'm going to go over that line. Anyway, it got the majority of it off, which is what I wanted. And then I'm going to change to this other brush. At least I think I do. It's like waiting with bated breath here going, did I? Or did I just imagine that and just think to myself that that would be a great brush for this? Yeah, yes, there we go, you see, woohoo! I was seriously starting to doubt my own capacity then. The problem is, I have so much that goes on in my head that actually what I end up doing isn't always what I think I'm going to be doing. So here we go, I'm going to do this. I get way too close to where I was supposed to be going, but you know, it was a lot better. We like this, so it's now going to be these black handled brushes. They were brushes I got for watercolour and acrylic, and these brushes work great for acrylic paints, that is, not acrylic as in core powder acrylic kind of stuff. But I don't like them for the watercolours, so I'm putting those brushes with all of my acrylic paints, and I'm going to use that for them. Because since doing this nail, I went in search of brushes. Now I've got a ton of brushes, right? I have a lot of brushes. Because what I do is, you know, like sometimes, like you say, you buy crappy brushes or you get free brushes as part of a set or something. I don't get rid of them, even though they're crap. I keep them for when you need a crappy brush. You know, like if you're tidying up something on a nail and you know, you don't want to use one of your really nice brushes, you want to just use a crappy brush. So yeah, I went in search and I found some different brushes, and all I didn't record that, was just test out these different brushes of how they felt, and I found a really nice one, which was my old size 2 Kolinsky, which I used when I did acrylic flowers. Since then, I got one from the Glitter Fairy. I got it free, actually, as one of the subscription boxes over a year ago now, because it doesn't exist anymore. So I just put this Kolinsky back in, because it was just a cheap one from Amazon. It wasn't anything, you know, special. So, but actually, I felt that one it felt nicer. You know, I'm very much of the opinion that, you know, the wand chooses the wizard, Harry. And it's the same with a brush. You can put 10 nail techs in a room and give them all the same brush, and some will like it, some will not like it. The size is right, the size is wrong, how it feels in the hand doesn't work. You know, it is very specific. You know, people like what they like and how it feels. So the brush that I love, my sister doesn't get on with at all. So I got the Liz Guild brush, which a beautiful brush, but I just didn't like it. I didn't like the feel of it. I gave it to my sister. My sister thought it was the best thing since sliced bread. She absolutely loves that brush, which is great because, you know, it's not a cheap brush, and at least I got to give it to her and she will use it. But it is very, very specific, and I think with everything, it is just about getting the right. You know, it's having the right tool for the job. Now, it doesn't mean that it's all down to your tools. It's not. It takes practice. It takes technique. But when you feel comfortable with your tool, that makes a big difference as well. Oh my God, I've talked a lot. I'm not sure how many people actually listen to me, or whether or not I just get put on mute, or they're like, oh my God, she's going off in waffle zone. We'll just turn her down for a little bit. Or you just leave me, like, just, you know, you put me on the shelf whilst you're going to make dinner or something. Go, she stopped talking. Yeah, that would be me. I don't mind if you do. I don't take it personally. My kids have just arrived home, so it's about to get messy. I'm just going to leave you to watch this little bit, and I'll be back in a minute. Right, and I just decided I'm going to finish these off, and I'm just going to put some of this gel, and I'm just going to use my dotting tool just to dot it up. So it just needs a bit of a stir in the pot. I just throw the lid around, the lid's going to get stuck to everything, you know. Makes it fun if you've got to, you know, chase it around the place. Just basically to tie in the rose gold in the lettering with some rose gold then in the flower. I'm just going to go down each one, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and I'm going to top coat over the top of it all, and then that's this design done. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Sorry for my lot of waffle. I will be back with some more watercolour designs because I'm quite enjoying myself and I want to play some more. Yeah, I hope you're enjoying it too, and I will catch you all in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.